Well, hey there, Alliance family. My name is Jeremy Gorham. I'm the pastor at Crosstown Alliance. We're a multi-site church in Western New York and Northwest Pennsylvania. We have 5 locations, but it didn't start out that way. Our journey began 8 years ago when we heard about a church 35 miles away from us that was about to close their doors. Their church had split from 20 to 10 people. Their pastor was bivocational. They could barely pay the bills unless someone stepped in. And so we approached them and said, hey, what if we did church together? What if we shared our resources? What if we shared the sermon? What if we provided a campus pastor to care for the people and equip the saints for ministry? Well, unfortunately, that church died, except for one person who was willing to step out in faith. And I learned later on, this lady named Cheryl likes to skydive. She embodies the Alliance's core value of faith-filled risks. You see, we believe at Crosstown that playing it safe is risky, and so we stepped out in faith and sent a team of 30 people to be a part of a launch team. We renovated that facility over the next year, and God did such an amazing work through his people. That church now averages 240 people on Sunday morning. And we've been able to replicate this model 3 times over, where similarly these churches are struggling to survive. They can't pay the bills. And so we partner with them because we believe that we're better together. And something neat happens through this process. God's people gather, and he uses their gifts, their passions, their abilities, and their experiences to renovate a facility, to provide key ministry on Sunday morning, and a campus pastor, his time is freed up to care for the people and equip the people for ministry. Those churches have grown to the point where now we as one church have had the opportunity to plant a church in a city. And that might not mean much to you, but we're rural churches. We're small town churches with a big time dream to impact our region for the gospel. And so when we heard about this church in Greece, New York, which is Rochester, a city in an area, a 5-mile radius around the church of 177,000 people, we were not okay with it closing. And while we can't solve everyone's problems, we want to be a part of the solution. And so we didn't just send one launch team, we sent 3 launch teams where the campuses would rotate, providing key ministry. And in the midst of the 2020 COVID pandemic, we actually planted a church. And that church has grown from about 15 people to over 75 people on Sunday morning, with 3 people being saved, 2 people being baptized. We praise God for his faithfulness, but he chose to use us. And we've experienced that one small ripple really can create a wave of change. We use that term ripples of grace on purpose because that very first campus that I told you about in Olean, New York, their name was the Grace Alliance Church. And so we wanted to honor their legacy by being people who step out in faith and seeing the grace of God expand more and more to our area. I hope that our story will inspire you, that one small ripple can create a wave of change. Thank you for allowing us to share our story. God bless you.